more in depth into goal setting. You've kind of heard it sprinkled throughout some of the other topics that we've talked about today, but we're going to go just a little bit more in depth on goal setting. So raise your hand if you have ever set even just one goal in your life. Okay, good. Raise your hand if you achieved that goal. Raise your hand if you've set a goal that you did not achieve. Fantastic. Have you ever set a goal that in the end truly was not realistically achievable? Or one you truly didn't believe you could achieve? Our goals can be a way to achieve success, personal growth, and measure of our accomplishments. But how do you know what your goal should be? So if you have not learned yet, Mary Kay is all about goal setting and achieving your goals and achieving your dreams. So I want you to first consider what you want to achieve. And again, that can be a monthly goal, that can be a quarterly goal, or that can be a yearly goal, or that can be all three of those wrapped up in one. And I want you to commit to it. So if you know what that goal is, write that down right now. If you do not know what that goal is, then I want you to kind of ponder that this weekend, kind of pray about that, and as soon as you have that figured out, write that down so you can commit to that. I'm going to kind of talk to you about a little acronym called SMART goals, and this is going to kind of be a way to help really create goals that are going to be powerful, that are going to be achievable, and that are going to be measurable. Because sometimes we can kind of create goals, but yet it's a little vague, or it's a really big goal, and then we almost get a little panicked because we don't even know where to begin to achieve that goal. So I want you to write down this acronym, and it is SMART. So on the left side of your page, write SMART vertically. And then we're going to start because these are, I'll go into these a little bit more, but that is, the S is for specific. Specific. M is measurable. A is attainable. R is relevant. And T is time-bound. And having goals that are this specific will help to motivate you, and they'll help you to feel more tangible. So, you know, we have lots of elite athletes and successful business people and achievers in all fields, and all of them have set goals of some sort. Setting goals will help give you long-term vision with short-term motivation. It'll focus your attention, it helps you to organize your time and your resources so that you can make the most of your business. By setting sharp, clearly defined goals, you can measure and take pride in the achievement of those goals, and you'll see further progress in what might previously have seemed like a pointless grind that you're never making headway. You will also raise your self-confidence as you recognize your own ability and competence to achieve those goals that you have set. As we've talked about before, journaling your goals every day will help you absorb those to believing them. A lot of times we can write a goal, but we deep down don't believe that we can achieve that goal. Do we think we're going to achieve it if we do not believe it? We're not. So I want you to write them daily so that you will help absorb that belief into that subconscious and help you believe that God and even God-sized goals can be achieved. Again, we're going to talk about the vision boards for your goals so that you can have that visual in front of you as a reminder each and every day. Place them strategically throughout your house, your office, your bathroom, kitchen, like we've been talking about, so that they're always in the forefront of your mind and your daily disciplines. Then you need to just plan steps to take to help you realize your goal and cross off each one as you work through them. So for example, if your goal is to become a director, then you would break down the qualifications for becoming a director. For example, what is the time frame? What time frame do I have to achieve this goal? How many recruits would I need to bring on each month on average? What amount of team sales would I need to bring in each month? How many parties do I need to hold each week? How many shares do I need to do each week? So while you have one big goal on the end, you are breaking that down into more bite-sized goals so that you can see some forward progress. Whether that's, yep, I need to do 3 parties each week. Okay, I'm hitting that goal. Then that's going to propel you to meet that shares goal, and so on and so forth. So we can have different levels of goals. So again, take some time brainstorming on these things and then select 1 or 2 goals in each kind of category that best reflects what you want to do with your business. And then write those out and then go over them again. Is there any that I really need to trim down? Is there any that maybe if you have a small number of really significant ones that you can really hit hard? Or do I have so many goals, I'm not sure how I'm ever going to achieve all of them? Again, set those monthly goals. When I left seminar that first year, my main goal was to earn that darn jewelry every month. I kind of felt left out when I was at the unit awards there, and I'm like, we're not going to do that again. So that was just one simple goal, but I suppose I hadn't gotten my butt in gear, girl. But that was just one thing that I did not realize by earning my jewelry. I was hitting that $600 mark each month. That was making me earn my star quarter each quarter. That was just propelling you, and it is a snowball effect. So when you start kind of setting those little goals, that will propel you for your big goal. And really, I know I talked about it last night, but just really allow your mind to wander and really be open to, if there were no limitations in my life, if there were no limitations financially, emotionally, or people-wise in my life, what would I want my life to look like? What would I really want in my life? And while that seems kind of simple, when you really stop to kind of think about it, you have to kind of stop and think about it. It's not something that necessarily really pops to the front of your mind. When you kind of get rid of all the crud, it's like, what do I really, really want out of life? That can kind of change what you're thinking about. It can kind of change how you work your business. But each year, I have seen so many women, whether at seminar, at leadership, career conference, when you hear all their stories and all of the things that they have accomplished and achieved, it is just astonishing. It is so inspirational. It is, you'll have those moments of, oh wow, I don't think I could ever do that. Stop that right there, because that's just not thoughts we're going to even have. But you can achieve the impossible, and you do need to have God-sized goals in your life, because that's when we allow God to come into our life and bless us, when we allow ourselves to think the impossible. Don't sell yourself short by having short-minded thoughts. Open them up, let yourself just run free with those. And as you do, make sure that those goals that you have are ones that you generally want to achieve, not ones that your parents, your spouse, your family, or even employers might think you need to achieve. These need to be ones that you personally want to achieve. And, make sure that no matter what, even if you want to take into consideration what that person kind of thinks, you always need to remain true to yourself. So don't forget that. And then when you're setting your goals, make a 1-year plan, make a 6-month plan. Send that out to a 5-year. And then progressively, your smaller goals, you will then start achieving your lifetime goals. Each of those should be based on the previous plan, because that's how that little snowball effect works. Create a daily to-do list of things that you should do to work towards your goals. What do you think this is? This is your IPAs. So utilize that IPA weekly sheet to track your progress. Share them with your director, share them with your family or your spouse or that accountability partner. Plan to earn. We provide monthly promotions every single month. Part of why we do this is to help you achieve your goals. We all love earning prizes. We all want to earn things. It's just one of those other little motivating factors to kind of help propel you. Take advantage of those. We love giving away stuff to our consultants. But we more so love seeing you achieve your goals. And then work on striving to be that star consultant each quarter. I don't know about you, but I have gotten some amazing prizes from the star quarter prizes. Mary Kay does not skimp on prizes at all. I do not put that at my JOB. It is like what we usually say. Katie says frequently when she signed up, she's like, oh, let's get this nice pen that says Mary Kay on it or whatever. Yeah, I've gotten those for real, but not here in Mary Kay. So that's just a great thing to just strive to just set that goal. So break down that SMART acronym. I want to break it down just a little bit more to show you an example of how to kind of write your goals in a different way utilizing the acronym. So instead of having the goal, I will be a Cadillac driver one day, it's more powerful when you use that SMART goal system to say, to have completed earning my Cadillac by December 31st, 2020. Does anybody see a difference between those two goals? When you put a time frame on your goals, that allows you to really then be able to break it down and work your plan. And you'll probably hear us say all the time, work your plan to plan your work. And it is very true, because when we have kind of a big, vague goal, then we are not necessarily as accountable to ourselves to achieve it, because we kind of put up, well, sometime I'll achieve that, ending on that. You want to be specific. So utilize that SMART acronym. So just a couple other additional tips when you are thinking about writing your goals and setting your goals. State each goal as a positive statement. Make sure they're positive. I want to facilitate a beauty experience well is much better than don't make this stupid mistake. but for real. Be precise. Put dates on it. Put time frames on it. Put amounts on it so that you can measure that achievement. If you can do this, you'll know exactly when you achieved that goal. If we don't have specific measurements on it, we never know when we actually achieved it. Set your priorities. When you have several goals, give each one a priority. But sometimes we can have too many goals at one time and then we don't know where to focus our attention. So kind of pick one or two really specific ones. And then write them down. It just crystallizes, memorializes that in your mind and in your subconscious. And that just helps make them more powerful. Keep your operational goals small. So those low-level goals that you're working towards, make them small, but make them attainable. If, like I said, if it's too large, then you can't see any progress that you're making. So set performance goals, not always just outcome goals. Let's see. And then lastly, I would say set realistic goals. And I say that, but I also want you to, set a God-sized goal too. One that you feel is not realistic to ever achieve. Because I promise you that there will be a time where you will achieve that too. Don't ignore your desires and your ambitions. Just let them shine, and then let all the tools that we're providing you and the good Lord to push you so you can achieve those.
Nice.